We got back to our local station, and the sun had already set.
お腹すいた
Should we eat at the honeydew tonight? Wow, how was your first time at the theme park?
面白かったけど、座ってることも多かったから、ちょっと体が凝っちゃったかも。
I see. Maybe a date where we can move around more is better.
早く海行きたい！海！
In July, remember? I bopped her on the head. We walked hand in hand. Right. Clock Tower Park isn't far from here. Hey, Karen, are you starving? She answered instantaneously. So hungry you can't wait another minute? Another instant reply. Oh.
それがどうかした？
No, I was thinking we can... I was thinking if you can wait, then we can stop by the park.
公園って時計のある？
Yeah, that is the only one here. Right.
何しに行くの？
Nothing in particular. I was just thinking we could go somewhere to be alone is all. Or do you want to just go eat immediately?
ご飯は食べたいけど、でも、ゆうたがそう言うなら、私はいいよ。
Okay, let's go for a bit. He was willing to go along with my idea. Sorry, I know you're hungry. Clock Tower Park was known as a popular spot to relax among the local residents here. It was my first time being here after dark, but naturally there wasn't the usual the daytime bustle.
はあ、ちらほら人がいるんだ。
Huh? There is?
男の人と女の人。
I guess they had the same idea, but wow, that's crazy you can see that well. Not only did she have good vision, but she had night vision as well. Is there an open bench?
あるよ。
Karen pulled me along to the bench. We sat side by side. Are you cold?
平気？
Well, she is wearing a hoodie. I wasn't cold either, but I pulled her body close against mine. I just wanted to be like this with you. Karen snuggled up against me. Her enveloping scent and warmth put me in a state of pure bliss.
手をつなぐのと、なんか似ているね。なんか、体がふわふわするっていうのかな。そんな感じがする。こうしていると。
Me too.
ゆうたも？このふわふわってなんだろうね。不思議だけど。
Maybe a sense of happiness, huh?
幸福感。
It's so cozy and soothing being like this. And that's what happiness is. Karen nodded a few times like that explanation was good enough for her. She giggled shyly but affectionately, and I felt a warm sensation welling up in my chest.
なんか変なの。こうしているだけなのに。
Well, we're husband and wife, you know.
夫婦って不思議。
It was odd and new to Karen, it seemed. But she knew it was bringing her happiness, and she snuggled up tightly against me. I put my hand around her shoulder and stroked her hair as well. Karen tilted her head down, as if to press her ears into my hand. Your ears. She nodded like she was begging. I stroked her ears gently too. My breathing sped up and my hand stopped.
ゆうた、もっとして。
Okay. I continued stroking out a request.
にゅ
Her voice is sounding kind of dirty. Maybe her ears were that sensitive. Does it tickle when I do this to your ears?
くすぐったくは。
So it just feels good? She thought about it for a second, then nodded.
なんか変な感じする。
She could only say it was weird, despite acknowledging it felt good. Maybe she's never done it herself. The inexperienced Karen was moaning sweetly as I gently stroked her ears. It was getting me super excited. So I'm the only one who can pay your ears, right? Whoa, just listening to her voice is sending me into a weird mood. Ears weren't exactly a fetish of me or anything, though. I gently stroked in and around her ears, but also took a look around the area. My eyes were adjusted to the darkness, and I could see a number of other couples in their own love scenes around the park. So that's the other side of Clock Tower Park, huh? So us too. Huh? I was in a strangely aroused state and sped up my ruffling hand despite her telling me to stop. Sorry, did it have to do with your ears? Oh well, I guess we should go home soon. I'm hungry now too. We stood up from the bench and headed for the exit, holding hands again. Karen's hand felt hotter than normal. Maybe her whole body had heated up. I think you're more than just happy when he does that. Oh. Things were getting nice and intimate, but her hunger was still stronger than it seemed. 5:20, 3 days later. After that, I was constantly looking for the perfect chance. For what? A kiss, of course. Well, rather than a chance, I needed to just be vocal about it. Although, there was no rush. I wanted to do it badly too. I knew things wouldn't move forward if I didn't take the initiative. It was clear yesterday. Hey, Karen, wanna go to the park again? There were a lot of elementary school kids around the park this early in the day. But a little kiss is fine here, right? Yeah. I decided as much, then led us to an open bench. Phew. I let out a sigh when I sat down. Yeah, he's got blue balls. No. His balls are blue. It was because I was nervous. Karen looked at me with a bit of concern. I just shook my head. I'm fine. More importantly, Karen,
ん
let's kiss.
ああ、しよしよ。
Alright. I was happy she seemed so willing, but it was a different reaction than I expected. I was thinking she'd be like... She would glow red and nod shyly, but she just laughed joyfully. Whatever. Every detail didn't need to be perfect. Okay. I scooted closer to her on the bench and brought my face close. What?
何してんの？
I'm kissing the bench. Kidding. Why'd you stand up just now?
行かないの？
Going where?
魚屋さん。
Not this again.
私、やっぱり天ぷらがいいな。
Yeah, let's get some good sesame oil to use for frying.
カラッとね。
The crispiest. Crispiest. Maybe I have to actually explain the word itself to her.
どこ行くの？商店街はこっちでしょ？
Oh, yeah. She was dead set on some kissu tempura. Guess I'm okay with that. Oh, some kissu. That's a good choice. In season right now.
うまそう。
That's hata actually. Maybe I need to give her a sex ed lesson, but I don't think... I don't know if the books mention kissing. They mention kissing in a different area. She had finished making her purchase while my mind was wandering.
どっちゃり買っちゃった。
Dang, I should have been paying more attention. The plastic bag from the shop was virtually bursting with fish. She did not stop at tempura. How many did you buy?
一人10尾。
She only bought tempura? Never mind. That much, huh?
足りるか心配だよね。でも、お店にそれしかないって言ってたから。
I'm not that worried. We decided against the sesame oil and just used the regular stuff we had at my house. Well, you should at least have the most basic knowledge about these things, but... Karen, you like studying, right?
嫌い。
What gave you that impression? I see.
なんで？
No, I shook my head and muttered vaguely. All of the princesses, including Karen, had private tutors rather than actually going to school. So as long as she was listening, she would have at least retained something. I was no teacher, so I had no confidence I could teach someone who disliked studying. But maybe I could help her learn through experience, something her teacher couldn't do. Where to start, though? It would be touchy at first. I could just press my lipstick right into hers. Isn't there some delicate way to do this?
じゃあ、早速あげよう。
Without asking her? I don't think so. What now? Let's save it for dinner. I'm not even hungry.
そう？
Yeah. If you want a snack, let's get something at the honeydew.
じゃあこれ置いてきちゃうね。
Yeah. Karen skipped off up toward her house. I followed somewhat suspicious. You're not planning on roasting them over your fire for a snack? Over your fire for a snack, are you? She was squatting near the fire pit already.
今日は寒いよね。
Yeah, whatever. Let's go, Karen. I tossed the bag in the refrigerator and dragged it down the steps to the honeydew. 5:23. I couldn't think of an effective approach to my situation. 3 days had since passed, and it happened once again. Yep. Sensei. Please let me go to the restroom. Yes. What do you have in your hand? It's a curtain. I can't relax at school without it. Now the next problem. Margie. Is she not here? Stay perfectly still. I'll hide you in the bathroom. I readjusted my grip around her and scurried out of the room. And like a repeat of last time, the lump in my arms grew bigger and eventually knocked me off balance. I swear to fuck, if you do this shit to me again. Whoa. Ow. And we were in the same position as before. You motherfucker. Go fuck yourself. Sorry, did you bonk your head? Karen. She looked spaced out, face glowing red just like before. I finally grasped the situation. In the momentum of my fall, my body was right on top of Karen's, pressing into her. And below the one layer of sheet, she was naked. Naked. Her cheeks were glowing a deep red.
Yuta.
Like before, she had her hand over mine. Her hand was soft and warm. Karen. Close your eyes, okay? Karen didn't show any hesitation at my sudden odd request. She did as I said. At least have a CG of them kissing, right, guy? Like, if you're gonna fucking make me have to do extra work, at least make it look good. At the moment our lips touched, her eyes shot open in surprise, but I continued. As if she felt something, she naturally closed her eyes again. It felt like time dragged on forever. But I knew it had only been a moment or two. That was a kiss. It's not a it's not a fish. Yep. You're not happy? Like when our bodies touch one another. I gave her the widest smile I could muster, and Karen followed suit. Hang on. Of course I want to go on and on, but we can't just stay like this here in the hall. We don't want a repeat of last time. Okay. Karen darted out of the hall like a white flash again. There was a simmering emotion deep in my heart after our first kiss. I still felt a tangible softness on my lips. My wife's lips had just grazed my own. Dwelling on it was almost making me dizzy. I knew I would never forget this feeling for as long as I lived. No, I pulled myself up to my feet. I was still so overcome by emotion that explaining it was impossible. Oh, yeah. I took the sheet from her. Unlike last time, we still had a lot of time before the bell, so we couldn't just leave. Sorry, but could you go off somewhere for the rest of the class? I need to get back.
了解
I turned and took 3 steps before spinning back around. Karen had moved from her position. No one's around. We can do it once more. Karen, let's kiss once more. Like the fish. I mean,
1回だけなの
for now. Her lips grazed a bit more moist. Her lips grazed a bit more moist than before, and I finally went back to class. I tried to pay attention in class with a straight face, but each time I recalled our kiss, my facade broke. Every time I peeked over to the side, I saw Karen doing the same as well. We can't just be chuckling and daydreaming, though. We never knew when Karen could revert into a fox. You were ready this time, though. It was, of course, a primary concern of mine. But in my current state, it was hard for me to stay calm. Stand, bow. A sense of release swept through the classroom at the lunch bell. Usually, Karen would have been the first to jump up from her seat and proclaim,
お腹すいた
but today she just sat quietly at her desk like a statue.
かりんちゃんお昼に行かないのそっかお昼なんだかりんが食事のことを忘れるなんてやりが降るわね
No, she just tasted something better than food.
ちょっと前にも同じようなことがありましたな
Yeah, and like before, it was right after she transformed.
ああそっかあの時も
Lucy looked down with worry at Karen still sitting. They had assumed that she was still in shock after having changed into a fox, but that wasn't the truth. She was still in shock after... Well, she's not in shock, I guess. She's just... I don't know what the word is. Karen, let's go. Aren't you hungry?
空いてきたあらもう復活したっていうかさっきから何をニヤニヤしているのよちょっと気持ち悪いわねなんか体をくねくねさせているけど
Don't say anything, Karen. Lucy reiterated her irritation as she sat down.
笑っている場合じゃないんじゃないの本当は
Don't say anything.
だって何かいいことがあったようですねまあこんな時は放っておきましょ
Thank God Yorihime's here.
うより姫も優しいんだか冷たいんだかよくわからない言い草よね
He knows. She knows something.
ゆうた帰ろ
Yeah. We locked hands and skipped through the halls, disregarding what anyone may think. A rumor of us being a silly couple has already spread through the school, so no one better than I asked her right as we left school, how was the kiss? It was a dumb question, but I really wanted to hear how she felt.
なんか
Like...
わかんない
that, it makes sense. What the heck?
嬉しかった 幸せな感じはあったんだけどね。
Okay.
なんかもっと強いみたいな感じで、だからよくわかんない。
Karen giggled nervously and squeezed my hand harder. Her hand was hot and moistening with sweat. When we did in the hallway, you said more, didn't you? This time she didn't forget, at least. Well, I felt the same way, but in the hole, and naked.
廊下じゃダメなの？
Well, people will see. We might get in trouble.
ふーん。
Doesn't it bother you if people see it?
わかんないけど。
Well, I guess so. You have no experience. We had talked about it before, but she was like a dog in the sense that she didn't care what others thought. But yeah, she doesn't care, therefore she doesn't have problem. It was like she had tunnel vision, focused on me. Which meant she might not be opposed to doing stuff outside. Maybe don't start off with exhibitionism, okay? Outside. What the hell am I thinking? My own thoughts were arousing me. She latched tightly around my arm, as if reading my mind somehow.
ゆうた、したい。キス。
At least, do it in your room. Yeah.
うーん。
The sex part, not the kissing is whatever. Right now? There were a lot of people passing by. But wait. Let's go to the park again. The park.
行こう行こ
Whoa. Karen flipped her emotional switch and dragged me along toward the park. Clock Tower Park was packed with parents and their kids early in the afternoon. I easily convinced myself that just kissing wouldn't be an issue as we made for a bench. As we walked, I explained to her what basics I knew about kissing, the meaning of it and such, or also that we call it making out. That's if it's for an extended period of time, alright? But in reality, words aren't enough to explain it.
う。だよね
And I'm not just telling you that because you dislike studying.
ー。にゅ
No matter how well you explain it, it doesn't compare to experiencing it even once. I think that's how it is. I put my hand on her shoulder and pulled her toward me. Now this is a CG that I want. Not the fucking her in the sheet and her nipples are poking out because for some reason the artists wanted her nipples poking out. Fuck you. Still. When our lips met, a pleasurable feeling surpassing the first time assailed me. Our first kiss was rushed, and in an awkward position. What? No? I mean, an awkward place, yeah, but not an awkward position. But our second time was different. Here, I could savor the feeling to my heart's content. Wow, her lips are soft. They were softer than I imagined, and my lips slid smoothly along them.
苦しくなっちゃった。
You need to breathe through your nose. It felt like there was a massive wave emanating toward me from where our lips were making contact. My body was floating on the wave as comfort seemed to wash over me. Kissing is so awesome. I still don't know why you're in the park. Just do it in your room. It's not like your parents are home. Karen pressed her lips harder into me, like she was also floating in a daze of pleasure. Her breathing was hot on my face as her lips smacked on mine. It was slightly ticklish, but amazingly pleasurable. Wait. Wait, just hang on. Karen pursed her lips, seemingly disappointed. I could see shining moisture on her lower lip. No, that wasn't it. Well, something was hard at least. Shut up. This is why I said to do it in your fucking room, because I wouldn't be surprised if it would have transitioned into fucking. I use fucking as a filler, but in that instance, it was not. Whoa, crazy. I never thought just kissing would make me this aroused. Why not? But pressing my lips against hers felt amazing. Plus, the girl I was kissing was my lovely wife. Just a break, you know? Once the wave settled down in my pants, Karen leaned her body against me. Karen mumbled softly, obviously swept up in emotion. Yeah, you're eating something. Technically, you're fucking eating a spit. Never mind. Don't bite me, okay? Unless you want. Never mind. You don't get full from food either. When we're alone, okay? We can't do it in class or anything. You're in a fucking park. Why do you care so much about about only doing it when you're alone? It was common sense, but I said it just in case. It was good that I did then. That's what I'm saying. And it's fucking kids in the park. Like, what do you... Well, they're far enough away. I don't think they're exactly concerned with our business. I was halfway convincing myself too, but Karen nodded in agreement. Yeah. I still wasn't fully settled down below the belt, but I figured it would be too long to wait out. Each time we kissed, sparks of pleasure flashed before my eyes. That may have been my erection, though. It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at supersonic... Never mind. I was so happy just to be kissing her at first, but I knew that in time I would be yearning for more, and that's why you should have done it at home, in the privacy of your own room, or at least in her house, where you would be alone. I pinched her lips between mine and sucked tightly. She pulled her face away in surprise and looked at me with confusion. Yeah, you said no biting, and now you're doing it. That was just a deep kiss. Having to put it into words was a little embarrassing, but I knew that it would be for our benefit if I got the explanation out of the way. Her face was marked with the usual ambiguity, like she understood, but not really. This is also one of those things where explaining doesn't help as much as just doing it. Hmm? Oh. Okay, let's do it. Please don't ask. He wants more. Now that you mention it, mine too. I know. I nodded, and she had a beaming smile. 5:24. On our way home from school the next day, we found ourselves at Clock Tower Park, despite neither of us suggesting we come. It wasn't mandatory we come here, as we could have just gone to her place or mine, but it was becoming routine. I wonder why. Maybe it's because you want to go to you've been telling her to go to Clock Tower Park, but with the L. The only L here is never mind. Hearing the playful shouts of children play in the distance, we walked hand in hand. Whew. Phew. No, I'm just a little nervous. Well, that too, yeah. Part of me told myself that we didn't need to come to a public place, but somehow our feet carried us here. About the act of kissing itself, you don't feel it? I see. Well, that's good to hear. Well, that's so like you. You only have eyes for me. I'm always delighted to know that. That might have been too cheesy. Karen was even a little stunned. Huh? Hey, yo. Oh, I'm not? Now that you mentioned it, when I met her, or reunited with her rather, she said the same thing. No need to be formal. I mean, we're married, you know. I was a little hesitant, given the circumstances of the time, but now I guess it made sense. Don't say it. Okay. You get another glimpse into her Grammy's traditional mind. But as a man having her revere me as much wasn't so bad. Hearing such a value from her juxtaposed her usually carefree and reckless style. I don't know why I don't... Hearing such a value from her I don't know why this sentence just... Okay. How can you be so? How can you be so? Being cross with her like a stern husband, it gave me an interesting rush. I was saying I'm happy that you only look at me with those eyes.
私はあなたしか見ないよ。
I wonder if she really processed what I was saying. Karen, come here. I got my fill of her sweet lips, and recalled how her making out ended abruptly yesterday. Our making out. Right, that feeling surging back. Look, at least they have transitioned into this CG 3 times now. Thank God, I don't have to censor anything, because now this time she's wearing a bra, and even if she wasn't, her nipples would be covered by his hand. Never mind. I didn't have any real knowledge about how to kiss, but I feel like my instincts were guiding me. I tried nibbling on her soft full lips. Her breathing sped up as I did so. Karen didn't seem to know how to react as she huddled in my arms and shook. Seeing her timidness in contrast to her usual energy was enticing. Wow, she's so cute right now. Just holding her shoulders wasn't enough for me. I gripped her body and feverishly latched onto her lips. I pulled my face away, and she was blushing, her eyes drifting off toward lands unknown. Seeing her in such an erotic state sent a jolt into my crotch. Karen, you try it too, okay? Whoa, that feels good. Knowing I was producing the same effect for Karen just a moment ago aroused me even further. Trying to mimic my prior movements, Karen kissed me aggressively. My body began quivering on its own, and my crotch got tighter and hotter. I have no idea how long we continued after that. Sitting in roughly the same position for so long made my body tense up. I pulled away from her. Our breathing was heavy, exponentially more than yesterday. Your lips are a little red. Sorry. I knew even without looking in a mirror, they felt hot. Yeah. She was so direct with her feelings that it made me blush a little. Yeah, huh? It feels really good. She tilted her head as she repeated my words. Do you understand now? So Karen really did feel some sexual stimulation from her ears. I'll certainly make a note of that. Bro. Should we go soon? The goofy music is back. What should we eat today? A crepe or wagashi? Or wagashi? Listen, I mean, we had been eating out so much so much lately. Wouldn't we get fat at this rate? You, maybe. Her, not so much. She has an insane metabolism, if that's what you're asking. Once we stood up from the bench to leave,
あれ
Karen pressed near her abdomen and stopped suddenly. What's wrong?
なんか汗かいちゃったみたい。
What? Well, it's getting hotter out, yeah?
でもなんか気持ち悪い。
Karen grimaced a little as she tried to wipe off her clothes. So which is it? We're not needing both.
じゃあカノテ先にお風呂に入りたいし。
Bro. Sure. 5:26. She took a long shower. It's been sitting around making out was nice, but we couldn't just do that all day. We decided we'd go out on a date on Sunday. Where should we go? I knew we should have talked about it beforehand, but I found myself just kissing her instead. You'd rather move around, right? If only we could go swimming already.
こっそり泳いだらダメなのかな。
I think it might cause a panic. Plus, it's still cold, you know. Okay, how about we go to the sports park?
おー、運動行こう。
Why don't you go to the dog park since you've been comparing her to a dog? So never mind. Whoa. As always, she was quick to action once her mind was made up. Hang on. We need to change into some clothes for exercising. She only has 3 pairs of clothes. She only has 3 clothes. Her Tenko outfit, her school outfit, her casual outfit. I don't think she has...
体操服？学校の？
I guess, sure. That would... And also her gym outfit for school. But not like an actual gym outfit. Yeah, huh? I guess that's all we have.
必要かな体操服なんて。
You're gonna exercise in those clothes? If you wear that miniskirt, people are gonna see your panties at some point.
私は別に気にならないけど。
Yeah, but you're suggesting that she wears the school gym clothes, which essentially just makes it look like she's wearing panties. No way. Maybe I was making a mountain out of a molehill. But with Karen, it was better to lay things out clearly and as soon as possible. You know, underwear is the same as being naked. No, it isn't.
裸と？そうかな。
I'm serious. Only your husband can see your underwear.
はーい。旦那様がそう言うならそうする。
Karen lacked in certain areas of common sense, but it was good that she was obedient. So, do you have any clothes other than your school ones?
ないよ。
That's a dumb question to ask. Okay, just use those. I'm gonna get mine too. Let's meet at the entrance. Hang on, let me... Yeah,
はーい。
I remembered that her casual outfit didn't have a skirt, so I was confused. But he was talking about her school uniform, not the one they wear for PE. Because she definitely doesn't wear a skirt for PE. Huh? She's not here. I thought she'd be faster than me, but... She was. Hey, what the heck are you ordering?
おまんじゅうにきんつばに、あともう一個は何しようかなって。
No, that wasn't a serious question. Sheesh. You're gonna get a stomachache when you exercise.
大丈夫だと思うけどな。
Even still, Bogashi should be something you look forward to later. Let's go exercise first.
あれ、もう帰るのかい。
Sorry, we'll be back later today.
はいよ。
Jeez, I can't even leave you for 5 minutes without you running off to the honeydew.
なんか家を出るとついつい引き寄せられちゃうんだよね。これがまんじゅう引力の法則。
No. You used that joke before.
ボケ？
Guess it really exists in her mind.
運動公園ってどこにあるの？
Bro, she's the type to fucking start floating when she smells a pie on the windowsill. I guess about 20 or 30 minutes to by bus.
楽しみ。あ、けど今日はお弁当作ってないや。
Well, we can just eat whatever. I didn't want to bother with making lunch today. You don't bother with making lunch any day. What are you talking about? It's not like you're saying I didn't want to bother her with making lunch. We hopped on the bus when it came and rode it for 30 minutes. Whoa, this place is pretty cool. It's my first time here as well. Karen messed around with Joy. She looked even more excited than at the theme park. She really liked action, it seemed. When we were talking on the bus, she mentioned she wanted to play tennis if we could. Yes. It looks like the courts are open. Alright, let's ask at the office. We were pretty lucky, considering it was Sunday. The court was open, so we reserved it right away. Okay, let's meet up here after we get changed. I'm trying not to get lost, okay?
大丈夫。鼻でわかるから。
Makes sense. The smell. I chuckled, actually somewhat convinced by that. Once we were changed, I had to stop and admire her outfit. Wow. It's so cool seeing it here. I didn't think I had ever seen a girl wearing the super short PE outfit outside of school. Because, well, one, half of the girls probably don't want to wear it anyway, and then the other half would already have other clothes to wear if they were going to be exercising outside of PE, outside of school. The only reason I don't know why you just didn't buy her more clothes. Like, it's like the fucking Sims, right? You got your casual outfit, you got your business, you got your formal attire, you got your fuck, I forgot. Nothing. It's just cute. Who else would I mean?
なんかそんな風に言われると照れちゃう。
Karen wiggled her body cutely. She was, of course, cute in whatever she wore, but clothes could accentuate that appeal. I don't think you're paying attention to the cuteness when you're looking at this when you see her in this outfit. You're looking at sex appeal. Her bare arms and legs, had some healthy shine. And her gravity-defying bust was perked. I couldn't take my eyes off her chest. Right. Could she even exercise with such huge boobs? What do you think? Doesn't it hurt when they shake? I pondered as I stared.
Yuta!
Sorry. Okay, let's go. Could she even exercise? You are asking the one person, you're asking the fucking Tenko with superhuman abilities if they can exercise just with big tits. I went over the rules briefly, and we arrived at the court. Yeah! See? This is what happens when she exercises. Her tits disappear. That's how she gets away with it. That's why she isn't that's why her back doesn't hurt when she Whoa, she's too fast. I thought you said you've never played.
でも、テレビでは見たことあるから。
I couldn't believe she heard me from across the court.
次、いくよ
Yuta, her ears are the most noticeable part of her. I can't even see the ball, which meant that I couldn't even tell if it was a fault or not. I couldn't even make a move before we before the set was over. Sorry, maybe it's impossible to play against you. You could have told her to, I don't know, hold back. She smoked me in the game, but looked kind of upset.
しょうがないよね。それで私、運動部にも入らなかったんだし。
Yeah, I remember you saying that. You just can't compete with a Tenko, I guess. You've realized that now. It's definitely we definitely didn't have a whole fucking part in the common round where you had to make up an excuse for why she beat the world record in the 100-meter dash.
でも私、あっちでも相手になる人いなくて、力が強いみたいだから。
It's probably because she's the princess. She wasn't bragging in the slightest, but honestly, did seem a little upset. It seems like all of you princesses are special, even among your kind. What to do now? How about we run run around the track?
そうしよ
Just try and keep pace with me, please.
う。了解。
We ran next to one another, but I was mostly looking to the side. Bro. And where I was looking. And where was I looking? Right here. The text box is covering it, so I don't know what he's looking at. I thought they'd bounce around way more, but they're pretty stable. She's wearing a sports bra, I don't know.
ユータ、さっきからどこ見てるの？
Yuta, my eyes are up here. Even she figured it out. Tell her honestly, beat around the bush. I think this is the same thing where, well, first of all, it doesn't really matter because we're already in her route. But like it's for like extra fluff shit, right? Hang on, I'm definitely not consulting the guide. Yeah, it's to tell her honestly. I'm staring right at your big fat fucking tit. Never mind. Your boobs.
おっぱい？
She wasn't embarrassed at all. She just looked downward at her chest. They're big enough that she could do that.
おっぱいがどうかした？
Does it hurt when they bounce?
あ と痛いよ。
Oh, I see. But they're not really bouncing much, are they?
さらし巻いてるから。
Ah, I see. Oh, right. She doesn't really have a bra. She has the fucking... Yeah, that thing. Even Karen, with her supposed lack of common sense, took the time to wrap her boobs in place. She does it every day, probably.
きついからあんまり好きじゃないんだけど、でも運動の時はちょうどいいし。
But like, that just brings up that she has tied them around her chest so that they stop moving. How fucking big are her tits if they still look like this when they're tied up? What about normally?
普段はばっちゃんがさらしにしろって。
Ah,
でもこっちに来てからブラもつけるようになったんだ。
I mean, that would make sense. Her casual outfit would definitely have a bra and her school uniform. I felt like I was asking something way private.
ブラもいいよね。なんつっても楽だしさ。
Yeah, but they could also be uncomfortable. Especially the wire, you know. Never mind.
どうしたの？顔がいきなり真っ赤になってる。
I'm a little hard. Okay, I told you to be honest. You don't need to be this honest.
もうちょっと走ろうよ。ね。
I'm fine, actually.